Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Turn Right Machine Works. My name is Keith, and we're here at the machine end of the shop today. We have a new housing here, and we have a chewy housing here. Both of these are hydraulic pinion motors for an excavator, and I believe it was a Volvo. It was kind of hard to tell when I was out there with standing on my head with my inside micrometers and trying to get a good measurement of the register here. And that's what we're going to be doing. Is we're going to be turning this diameter on this register and face to match the old one. This is no longer available, and between the owner and the mechanic, they've decided that this is the way they want to go. All right, that's the scope of the job, but the scope of the video is going to be setting this up in the forejaw so it can be safely run. All right, let's go chuck it. Okay, we're not just going to put it in that simple. All right. We're gonna actually be chucking up on this the backside here, this flange diameter, and that's about 11 1/4, and this flange is about 1 1/4 inches thick. Now, these rings are basically 7, 9, 11, and 13 out here. So actually, the jaw is about 4.5, and if we took that 4.5 and put it outside here, we would be hitting here. We're not going to pull out the gap, so we're just going to go ahead and turn these jaws around, and we're going to be resting here. Now, while I was thinking about this yesterday and getting things ready, I've got some studs, some nuts, some washers, toe clamps. We're going to use the T-nuts here to actually add 4 points of holding in at the same time we are moving around in this direction here. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and spin our jaws around. And while we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and blow them off and clean them out. Keeping that area clean reduces wear on your chuck, and also decreases any binding. Okay, and we're going to bring those in that we know that we're going to be a little bit on the outside, and we'll be able to bring them in, and it looks like right about there is going to be a good position there. All right, and we'll go ahead and we'll go to the other side here because the actual weight wants to roll it around when you're playing with it. Okay, here's our last one. All right, now we just want to double check. We know that that was, what, 11 1/4 or so. All right, we're at 12.5 here. 12 3/8 there. All right. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring down these two here. Just do a quick check here. Where are we? We're at like 11 5/8 there. We're just picking that groove right there, the inner line there, and that brings us at, that's 11 1/4 right there. 11 5/16. Okay, gonna be close enough right there. Make sure we have enough. All right, let's go ahead and bring our part in here now. All right, we have a pin on the backside. We're just making sure that we have that out of the way there. That's pretty close. We're just going to bring her down right here. Well, by the eyeball there, we're probably within, I don't know, this is cast out here, so I'd only be rambling on here, but about maybe 80 thousandths or so right here. $130. $130 here. It's 80 over here. Okay. All right. So we wanted to dial this face and this face here, but I want to go ahead and get some toe clamps in on here, just so that we know that we're not going to lose it and drop it on the ways. Okay. These are the little clamps that I picked out, and we're going to be mounting them in the T-nut, and this surface is going to come out here, so we need to make up a pulling and a pushing or a heel, and we picked out a couple different lengths of all threads and T-nuts, and I checked all the T-nuts fits on here, and I just hope my lengths did figure out okay here. And that length there looks a little long, but nothing says that I think we'll save those for the foot, and we'll use these for the here. Okay, and there we go. Okay, now we need to have a threaded stud in the back here. We'll do that. Now on that threaded stud, we need to have a nut so that we can back. Probably be easier to put the stud in the heel of that, now that we know that we're going to fit in here fine. Okay, and I want to put a washer behind here just to help give a place to go hunt. Okay. I'm using a washer there so I can spread the load a little bit on each side of the T-nuts. You just don't want to be breaking any T-nuts in here. All right, and that's okay. I like that. Let's get a little wrench here. All right, and we're going to go on around and we'll assemble all those. We do know that all we need this nut in here, and this gets screwed into the back of here. All right, so that's basically what we're using there for a foot right there. All right, we'll go ahead and mount the rest of these up. We have all 4 of our toe clamps in here. Boy, that one there has really got a bent screw in there. A little over torque on that. Okay, and we have clearance down below the bed, which is really important. Okay, now we got to set up 2 indicators here, and I want to put one on the face here. We may have to put screw jacks in here to bring this in and out to keep this face parallel. We're going to see how that is, because I got one surface back here which may be mating to this one here against the chuck jaws, but that's unknown yet. Alright, so I'm going to put this indicator, I'm going to try to see if I can get it up here like that. That'll work there, hopefully. Let's just make sure it clears all the holes and stays on the part as well, because it does oscillate about 130 thousandths right there, which is only 60 thousandths off of the line there. Okay, I know that you're not going to see that well, and it really should be set up so that I can see it really well, which this would be nice, or better for me. And we are running about 5 thousandths right there. Okay, we're going to put the second indicator right here, and we're going to put it on this register face right here. And that's still about 135. Alright, I brought the camera in a little closer, tilted it over to the side a little bit so that you can see the indicators the same as me and see the whole rotating assembly here. Now I'm going to zoom you in, because then you'll be able to watch these a little bit closer, but you'll be able to tell that I'll have the chucking wrench, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring our peripheral or diameter 0, and then we'll take a look at what we have on the face. Now the face, actually, looking at it real close here, about 4 thousandths. All right, and I helped you guys that need to have zeros. I put that one on 0, and of course, as soon as I move the chuck, you know, this is not going to be 0 anymore. But we'll start on 0 for the guys that have to start on 0. All right, let me bring you in. So we got at least both indicators there. We can see those. We'll see those in there very well. All right. I like that. Okay. Now these toe clamps in here, they really are they're light right now. So we should be able to have no problem flexing this thing around. And that distance that it's running out is not directly in line with two jaws. So we're kind of having to work between all 4 of them to get that split line, or that diameter, to come down a little bit. Alright, well then about a half a thousandth there. Alright, and this actually, it went about -1 but +4, so about a half actually. So it's got a good 5 thousandths right there. Just say that's 5 high. Just for curiosity, I don't know if this would actually work, but bringing that toe clamp in, it's not gonna. It is what it is. I think we're holding in hard against that surface back there. So if we want anything, we're gonna have to jack it out probably from this one right here. We're gonna get a screw jack in here, and we're going to try to give it 2.5 thousandths. All we need to pitch it. It should, well, it'd be a total of 5 to make it level, but we may only have to pitch it a partial because this diameter here is a little smaller than this diameter out here, is what I'm saying. So it's not going to be quite half. It'll be a little bit more than half, but it won't have to be the full 5 thousandths that we're bringing out. Right now, we got a good strong 4. Okay, we just got an aluminum slug here that happens to fit under the base here, and this is a screw jack that's been donated by one of our viewers, and I'm just going to fit it in here. Recognize that, right? All right. Okay, that just I pushed it out 4. And we didn't have to go that far. We're going to relax a little bit, and we'll go ahead and tweak in a little bit on here and a little bit on here. Bring it just a little bit less. We're running like 2 right now. All right, we're reading about 1.5. That's the low right there. And we're just cranking in on that one there. That did quite a bit right there. All right. Within 0.5 thousandth there. All right, we are about 7 there. Let's bring this back in. We just thought that it was rubbing on this little thing right here that looked like it was. I like that. I'm gonna go with it. This thing does not rotate. This is a flange that's going down and on the deck and then hangs down, rolls around on a pinion gear. We're within 1,000ths on the face here, and I'm within 1,000ths here, and they're both a little fluctuation in the diameter of the surface itself. If I 4-point it, there'll be like dead nuts, but little idiosyncrasies is like that needle's still until right there to right there, that far right there. I was just trying to tweak a half thousandths out of that one there, and you can see that one stays on the 10 just about all, and then just has one little quick dip there. So I'm happy with that. I'm gonna cut it right there. Okay, are we ready to spin this? Let's see. That looks good right there. We'll have to get a bit in on the material to see if we might be fast. This is ductile iron, so I think this is going to be pretty good. We're going to get a cover down on our ways, and I think we might be running a tool bit, and we'll run it upside down so that we're spraying down, just so it's not floating all over the place here. Okay, we reversed our direction and our feed. We came in and we touched off the back and created 0. And one thing that we didn't do is we didn't raise our bit so that we can tell if we're on the right side of center with our bit, which we want to be slightly above center, cutting in this direction, which should lean the scale somewhat in. And this is a soft scale and it's kind of hard to tell. I think it needs to go up a little bit more. Let's get the 3/4 inch rigid scale. Here we go. And bring that in. And yes, it's leaning out. It needs to come up some more. That's about even or square. Come up a little bit more. Okay, I think it's leaning in just slightly, and we'll go ahead and get a tool bit and put it down there, or a piece of key stock. If we pull this out, do anything with it, we can put it back down in here and we know that we're close. Or if we want to adjust it, we know that we can adjust it from there with that screw going in the positive direction. Alright, I think we're ready to cut now. Let's come in and touch and just see if it does cut clean. Yes, it does. Gave us a nice little curl. Okay, this is 50,000 a side. Okay, we just stayed about 10,000ths off of our face right here. We want to just rough this out down to diameter rough, and then we're going to pick this up and lightly skim this. We don't need to take any more material off of this. We just want to duplicate this face straight on down to the diameter we want to go to. Alright, another 50. We're just touching that diameter. So that diameter there was 100 thousandths from that one. A little bit of chatter there. Yeah, I'm going to raise it up just a little bit more. Okay, I'm just going to give it a little bit more on the feed, give it more on the pressure, and I think we'll get rid of that little bit of humming. All right, another 50. Okay, we're taking 20 thousandths per side cut here because we're coming right down to one or two finished cuts here. $50 to go. Okay, this is our 8 to 9 mic here. And we got 8 inches, 7. It looked like 5, but I might have bumped that. Okay, 8 inches 702, and we got to go down to 8 inches 667 or 65. So we got about what, about 36 thousandths roughly to come off of there. All right, we'll go ahead and we're going to take a 10 thousandths cut here. That should leave us with a 5 for our last cut, but we want to sneak up on it. Okay, we're at 681. We want to go to 67. We're going to hold to the low side of what we think. The hole was the tightest on our tightest measurement on the hole, but we want to make this exactly. We want it to be. We want this to be slip with no clearance is what we're shooting for, so that any expansion that goes on here will be supported by the housing itself. All right, that calls for us to take 7 thousandths. Last cut. Okay, we're going to feed out. Okay, and we're coming in. Okay, I think we're going to come back here. We're going to touch off the original surface, and then we're going to take what we have left. It feels like about 15. Let's just see what it is. There's 5. There's 10. There's about 12. Yeah. Okay, we're going to come all the way out and take a full face cut on this. And I'm just taking in 5. Just want bare minimum cleanup on this. Okay, here we go. Alright, that's going to take a minute or two. We're going to let that cut on across. Okay, we're coming down to the last little bit here, and we'll touch on the surface on the round. All right, let's check that diameter right there. And drum roll. We are 65 and 8/10 or so. All right, I think we're gonna be on the good side there, because we're 63 or 64 on the old register, and we're trying to make it tighter to the housing. So I think we're gonna be excellent there. We're gonna break this edge right here, and we're done. Okay, this edge we're just gonna break with the file. And we're just gonna round that edge. All right, that'll be nice. Even before we can pull this out, we gotta vacuum up and clean up a little bit here. Whenever you got ductile iron and you've been cutting, we probably got, I don't know, probably at least 3 to 5 pounds of chips. Most of them are straight down here, but okay, we're going to go ahead and pull off our hold downs. Pull our screw jack out of here. Awesome. All right, I'm going to get in there and call my customer, because I'm sure that he's anxious for this to get the back together. It's Thursday. He might be able to slam it in there, and then the guy can go play on Friday, Saturday, right? Well, at least in a couple days. They're going to check, make sure, they're going to lower this down, make sure it fits. I told them I'm on standby, and I will modify or machine or, you know, massage a little bit off of this. But I'm pretty sure we're right in that mark there. I did mic out the hole, and we're sitting on about a half a thousandths under my tightest spot on that hole, so it should be right there. All right, till next time, get her done.